Welcome to this Google Site screencast where we're learning how to share homework and lesson plans. Specifically in this screencast, you're going to learn how to embed a Google Calendar on a page of your site. So this is what we're trying to accomplish. Here's a sample teacher site. She has embedded a Google Calendar on here that's got different things listed, homework, projects due, so on and so forth. Let's go back over to our page here. I've added, under 8th New Media, a calendar subpage. So that's where I'm going to put my calendar for my students and parents who need to see it. I'm going to edit the page. I'm going to place my cursor wherever I want the calendar to go. And I'm going to go to Insert Calendar. When I choose Insert Calendar, I'm given a choice of all the different calendars that I've created. So I'm going to choose my 8 New Media Kafka calendar I made in the last screencast. And I'm going to hit Select. Now here's all the settings for how that calendar will display. One thing to point out, you can display multiple calendars within the same calendar. So if I clicked on display another calendar, I could choose another calendar. So if there's a reason to do that, that is an option. When your calendar shows up here, this by default is blue. There's a very hard to see arrow over here. If you click this arrow, you can actually change the way the colors will display. So I'm going to choose red because I did red in the sample calendar for me. So I just want to keep things consistent. The height is 600 pixels. If there's a reason to change that, you can. The width, I tend to leave blank. This means if I leave it blank, it'll fill the width of the page. The view is in month. Depending on your need, you can change that. That means it'll display for your students and your parents in month view. Time zone, I think you can leave this alone. I don't think you need to choose a time zone. If you notice any glitches with the way the time shows up, you could go in and choose your actual time zone. Display options, I leave most of these checked. Show week, month, and agenda tabs. That way if the parents or students need to click that option's there. Calendar name I'm going to leave checked. Show navigation buttons, I'm going to leave that checked if students and parents need to navigate to another month for any reason. Show the current date range, I'll leave that checked. I'm going to uncheck include border. I don't like when there's borders around things. And I'm going to uncheck include this title because I'm only adding one calendar, so this title is going to automatically be there because I said show calendar name, so I don't need it there twice. So those are the choices I made. You can make whatever choices appeal to you. I'm going to hit save. This adds as a gadget. When I'm in edit mode, it's just this gray box represents the calendar. So I want to center this up using the little properties bar here for this gadget. I'm going to click save. So now here is what the calendar looks like. So the objects or the events are in red. Students and parents will be able to see that. But you should always test if they will in fact be able to see it to make sure you did everything correctly. Here's a great way to test this. Highlight and copy your page, the address for your page rather, so I copied that. If you're working in Chrome, which I highly suggest you do, go to the little 3 lines over here and choose New Incognito Window. This blue window will open, paste your address, hit return. This is a window that is not signed into any Google account. So if you see your calendar, this means that your students and your parents will be able to see your calendar as well. Now let's take a look at this. If I click on an event, I just see the details. So those are all the details that were there. However, this event, I specifically added a description. So you see the description, and you want to show this to students maybe on the first or second day of class. The descriptions are there. If you go to more details, that actually opens a separate window where if you had attached something, so I specifically attached a link to some slides that the student should study for this test, so that's there. What's also nice about this window that opens is if your students are using Google Calendar, they can click Add to My Google Calendar, and this will automatically add this event to their own Google Calendar that they have as well. So just a great way for them to kind of stay organized and add things to their calendar. Definitely show that to your students if they're using Google Calendar. So that is how to embed a Google Calendar on a page of your Google site. Thanks for watching.